countless, therapists and specialists and trainers and this, that, and the other. We all had to revolve around.
As kids, I used to put on heels. I used to do all those things. I try to put on whatever my sisters wear. When all my sisters did, I try to do those things.
Everything was cool up front till they went to the back and there was a bunch of old and young boys back there, all naked in the Wade house.
So according to the blogs, Gabrielle Union is quietly getting ready to serve Dwyane Wade with divorce papers after she allegedly caught him cheating on her. Now, one blind item exposed Dwyane for sneaking around with other women. However, there are also sources who are now claiming that Dwyane cheated on Gabrielle with a man. And while this news may come as a shock to those who thought Gabrielle and Dwyane were relationship goals, those who know the backstory aren't surprised at all, and it looks like they don't have a lot of sympathy for Gabrielle either. Gabrielle apparently hooked up with Dwyane while he was still married to his first wife, and there have also been a lot of viral reports over the years that Dwyane likes to throw all-men parties at their house. So is this really the end for Gabrielle and Dwyane? And who's the mystery person Dwyane allegedly cheated with? Let's break it down.
I'm struggling. I see him walk by and I'm like, oh, yo, can you get me a glass of water, please? And he goes, I don't work for you. Come again?
Gabrielle Union and Dwyane Wade are once again in the headlines for all the wrong reasons after Dwyane allegedly got exposed for cheating. But that's just the tip of the iceberg, and the drama is even messier than it appears. From the outside, Gabrielle and Dwayne's marriage may seem picture perfect, but those who have been paying attention know there's been nothing but red flags for these two from the very beginning. So after Gabrielle's marriage with former NFL player Chris Howard ended in 2006, she was back on the dating scene and she got involved with a few men from the industry. But then, sometime in early '07, she bumped into Dwyane Wade at a Super Bowl party. Now, Gabrielle claimed she wasn't interested because she wasn't looking to date another athlete, especially one who's almost a decade younger than her. But that wasn't even the main issue. See, Dwyane was still married to his high school sweetheart, Savon Funches, when he met Gabrielle. Dwyane later claimed that by that point, he and Savon had already decided to go their separate ways, and he insisted that Gabrielle played no part in his divorce. But see, Dwyane filed for divorce from Savon just months after he crossed paths with Gabrielle, so the timeline is suspicious, to say the least. And this is also part of the reason why fans are now saying Gabrielle is getting her karma for messing with a married man. Anyways, Gabrielle decided to give Dwyane a shot, and they made their relationship public in 2010. This same year, Dwyane's divorce from his first wife was finalized. And coincidence or not, Dwyane and Gabrielle have been dealing with a whole lot of drama ever since. Lawsuits, allegations about Dwyane being on the DL, secret love child, you name it. So shortly after Dwyane and Gabrielle went public with their romance, Dwyane's ex-wife, Savon, filed a lawsuit, saying that Dwyane's relationship with Gabrielle was causing her and her two kids emotional distress, and also claiming that Dwyane was violent to her and he gave her an STD. The lawsuit eventually got tossed, but the drama didn't end there, because the blogs started calling Gabrielle a homewrecker. Gabrielle and Dwyane then tried to do some damage control by sitting down with Essence magazine and talking about how they were promoting a positive image of Black love. Gabrielle, however, repeatedly denied she broke up Dwyane's marriage and claimed people just don't know the whole story. Meanwhile, Dwyane ended up with sole custody of his two kids, Zaire and Zaya. Zaya came out as transgender in 2020. However, after Dwyane filed a request to legally change Zaya's name and gender, her mom, Savon, filed a complaint, arguing that Dwyane and Gabrielle were exploiting Zaya for financial gain. But the drama just kept coming. In November 2011, an anonymous woman told the Gossip website that Dwyane was out there cheating on Gabrielle left and right with other industry women. Gabrielle again tried to brush off the cheating allegations, but then in 2013, they hit another rough patch, and that's when Dwyane made a decision that changed everything. He linked up with his longtime friend, Asia Matoyer, and let's just say things got extra messy. Asia already had two kids with actor Damon Wayans Jr., and she ended up pregnant with Dwyane's child. Dwyane and Gabrielle later claimed they were on a break when this happened, but TMZ dug up some of Gabrielle's social media posts that showed they were still together. But instead of coming clean about the new baby on the way, Dwyane tried to break up with Gabrielle. However, Gabrielle wouldn't take no for an answer, and she got extra clingy and kept showing up in his life, knowing he couldn't get rid of her.
I tried to break up with her. And, hey, things has been bad lately. Hey, we've been having a little distance in our relationship anyway. Like, I tried all that.
Right.
She kept showing up.
Asia Matoyer gave birth to her and Dwyane's son, Xavier, in November 2013. And less than a month later, Dwyane proposed to Gabrielle with an 8.5-carat diamond engagement ring. They tied the knot in August 2014 in Miami, and while a lot of people thought Dwayne proposed to keep Gabrielle from leaving, in her memoir, Gabrielle made it clear that she wouldn't have left anyway because she didn't want to deal with public humiliation. But it now turns out Gabrielle may have made a huge mistake, because not only did Dwayne allegedly continue cheating on her, but reports also started circulating that he was on the DL and that he was sneaking around with both women and men. And then in December 2022, these rumors about Dwayne took a dark turn when Jaguar Wright made some wild claims in an interview and said she heard from multiple young men in the industry that Dwayne and Gabrielle throw creepy parties in their house for old men and boys.
All of these motherfuckers be doing all of this wild They ain't doing as much, I guess, now because they getting older. I guess it just moved over to the Wade house.
Energy transfers.
And I'm not saying that because of their trans daughter. I'm saying that because of the artist that I just spoke to not that long ago that got invited to a party at their house. Everything was cool up front till they went to the back and there was a bunch of old niggas and young boys back there all naked in the Wade house.
Meanwhile, Gabrielle and Dwayne's marriage took another hit on social media after Gabrielle revealed they split all bills 50-50, even though Dwayne's pockets are way deeper, like 4 times deeper than hers.
It's weird to say I'm head of household because in this household, we split everything 50-50.
Gabrielle also said that she worries she won't be able to provide for her extended family if her career takes a nosedive, and she kind of implied that she can't lean on Dwayne to have her back.
I get nervous, like, oh God, that movie didn't open. You know, well, what does that mean? Am I gonna have enough to hold everybody up?
But Dwayne had his own side of the story and claimed that Gabrielle was the only one pushing for that 50-50 deal. Apparently, he once made a comment about it being his house and she wasn't having it, so she insisted they go half and half on everything.
Because I think I said one time when we was in Miami, I said something about it being my house that I paid for. My wife looked at me, she was like, you will never say that to me again when it's something that we share. And so my wife was like, that when we moved to LA, I got half on it. You will never say my house again.
And now on top of all this, rumor has it that Gabrielle caught Dwayne cheating and that this could be the final straw for her. While Gabrielle and Dwayne are still keeping up appearances on social media, several outlets reported that their marriage is on the rocks due to Dwayne's cheating, and Gabrielle is allegedly quietly preparing to file for divorce. Gabrielle also recently posted a cryptic IG post with a caption that could be interpreted as a breakup message. She wrote, "When clarity, truth, and transparency are present, there's only room for evolution." Now, according to Dwayne was recently caught on what looked like a dinner date in Malibu with a woman who wasn't Gabrielle. But then the story got even more wild when several other gossip sites reported that Dwayne was sneaking around with another man. And though these are just rumors at this point, fans are saying they wouldn't be surprised in the slightest if Dwayne really cheated on Gabrielle with a man. However, a lot of them believe Gabrielle knew from the start that Dwayne was on the DL. One fan said, "No shocker here. Regardless of the situation, both Gabby and Dwayne played a role in tearing down Dwayne's first wife. You can't expect to ride off into the sunset at the expense of hurting others." Over the years, they've put it in the group chat too. Will and Jada 2.0. And another person wrote, "She knew he was on the DL, but portrayed herself in public as a desperate and happily married woman. Clearly, she was more into him than he was into her, and she failed to see that with him. Married for years to a knowingly DL dude made her finally come to her senses and decide to divorce." But let's hear your thoughts on this. Will Gabrielle really file for divorce? Or do you think at this point she and Dwayne are in it for life, Will and Jada style? Comment down below.